presence of the terror dens in the first place is the evidence that Pakistan harbors them, it shelters them, and then uses them against India. Colonel Agarwal, also, what about the the threats that Pakistan comes up with? Not just this one that they'll retaliate, but they also refer to how they are also a nuclear power.
Yes, so Swati, I mean, nuclear threat, that bogey has always been advertised by Pakistan. Even this time, the Interior Minister was saying on a live TV that we have not made these 90 bombs to be displayed on the squares or to be, they have been made specifically for India. But I would say that the nuclear bogey was taken out first time when we did Balakot. Because every time there was something to be done across the LC and forget about the international border, the first concern in Indian decision-making body was that there is a real threat of nuclear, bogey being called by Pakistan. Balakot was the first instant when we rebuffed that bogey, and this time it was very clear that whenever and whatever the consequences would be, then there is no way that the nuclear bogey can be kept in the picture. And even the statements which our leadership has made in that context makes it very clear that there you have the liberty to launch that first strike with whatever limited capability of nuclear weapons that you have, but thereafter the aftermath will have to be borne by you. And I have also said this, it's a point of consideration for our leadership that it is high time now that we revoke our no first use policy as far as the nuclear weapons are concerned. Because right now the entire world knows that it is only that something will happen and India will react.
Then it will react, yes.
Once we have done Operation Sindoor, we cannot ever be in a reactive mode. And just the revoking of this no first use policy will add to the deterrence that we are trying to create with Operation Sindoor and whatever we do here on. So to me, nuclear bogey has been called off, and it cannot be treated as obstacle to our military and political planning in the future.
I want to bring in Lieutenant Singh because the biggest difference between how Pakistan reacts or attacks and how India retaliates is chup chup ke marenge. That is what Pakistan's agenda seems to be, and ghar mein ghus ke marenge is what India's stand is. It has been made absolutely clear now for the third time.
Yes. What you're saying is that what does Pakistan actually, in their response, what do? They cannot hit our military targets, they cannot hit our infrastructure, though they may this time to a very, very measured kind of a manner. But we have very clear-cut targets. The targets are the terrorist camps. India as a state does not want war with Pakistan. We are at war with the terrorists, and the terrorists supported by Pakistan military. So, whereas they do not have that kind of a focused kind of idea as to whom do they target here. Because the civilians, do they target the civilians? If they target the military or if they target any other infrastructure or the civilians, then it means they are at war. So therefore, I think there is a dilemma in their minds as to how to respond. Respond they will, but then they will also be extremely careful about the reactions and about the India's armed forces response, because they will not be in a situation to control thereafter. As far as the nuclear thing is concerned, as has been brought out earlier, it's a very extremely serious issue. I mean, it's a totally beyond normal, it's a normal beyond the war as we know. It's an extremely serious issue. We have very structured and very organized way of command and control in our side. The only thing is on their side, I'm not very sure about their structured nuclear command